Bam! There we go. Hey, welcome everybody to Astronomy and Cats Live. So hope everybody's doing well out there in the universe and the world. We've got a swaying kitty tail here. All right, you got to move on here, little one. There we go. Hey, so hope everybody's doing well. It is, what is today? In terms of UT, I think it's the 12th of, no, it's the 11th of July, 2019. Wow, holy moly, incredible. So yeah, so hope everybody's doing well out there in the universe and the world. As usual, I've got the consumables here of choice. I've got a little bit of hot coffee left. Now it's pretty warm here these days, but you can never have enough really hot coffee. So cheers.
Hi, Chuck. Hi, Chuck.
And hey there, Chuck. And I've got the hydrogen hydroxide again. Once again, this amazing molecule. I just cannot say enough about it. So cheers. Cheers to that. Cheers to you. Thanks everybody for coming in. If you go over to my Teespring right now, you can and enter the promotion code ADL711. You can get 11% off.
Wait a minute.
So feel free to do
I
that.
can the bargain. Just a minute. ADL. I'm writing this down. I buy everything. ADL
711, and it's only going on for the next, I don't know, hour or so. But it's the Mars Insight data release 1B. Those really cool like ASCII graphics, that we were looking at the other day.
An
so
hour.
Well, an hour
was that?
hour to something like that. This is a limited edition too. I'm only going to have those up until July 20th. So, and then I'm going to
I thought they were kind of different, actually.
They're different. Yeah. And I like that.
Continuing saga on my Revolution Imager. I can't wait till it gets clear enough to get this whole setup outside, because for the Imager, I've got to move the big scope. I mean, it's a big operation.
Of course.
No big deal, but I need to know that it's going to be clear and that it's going to stay clear for a reasonable length of time.
Got to stay clear for a couple of minutes. So, Bobby, what's going on?
Nothing much. Hey, Alta. Hey, everybody.
And Alta's on the panel.
And
so
well, I got some storms coming in, but then we also got a tropical storm coming in as well.
Yeah.
And you really get them down there. I mean, when you get storms, they're no joke.
Bam.
Yeah.
All right.
But my Imager may do something for me. It has nothing to do with astrophotography. If this thing is half as good as the reviews for it seem to indicate it is, and these are reviews by customers who bought it,
right?
Not by people trying to sell it.
Right. Okay.
It will solve a problem.
ESO's also got some storms coming in as well.
That has plagued me from my beginning of my experience with astronomy. In fact, there is a high likelihood that if I had known enough about what I was doing, I wouldn't even be here and be involved with astronomy, because I have a very severe astigmatism, which means I have to wear contacts when I do my work. Now, when I wear contact lenses, my reading vision isn't corrected, so I got to wear reading glasses on my nose if I want to refer to it is a hassle, I'll tell you.
Yeah.
But if this thing works reasonably well, I will be able to look at that screen and see, what I'm looking at. And if it works reasonably well. Now, I've done it in light. This will save me a lot of grief, because I won't have to worry about the astigmatism and trying to take care of that.
Right.
It's going to save me a lot of grief. Oh, ho, ho. Daily
And
Space Observations are here. Hi.
hey there, Daily Space Observations. How are ya?
Yeah.
We
And
have
I
storms. I have
also,
storms coming in too.
yeah, we also got PNK got clear skies and is looking for the moon, looking at the moon tonight.
Very cool. Very, very cool. Yeah,
Oh, nice.
The um, sort of, the chat over there is really, really nice. Once in a while, you get some, you know, um, really, really far out characters over there, but
Now, what
for the
is
most
your
part,
progress of trying to find an alternative similar to Hangouts when Hangouts phased out this day?
oh, I'm keeping all that a secret. It's a secret project. But
You and
it's in the
Fran.
works. It's in the works though. So yeah.
Fran
But
has secret project.
no, I think hopefully probably hopefully by sometime next week I'll sort of have something that might work. So just hang tight. So all right, well, I definitely want to say hi to everybody over in the chat before we get going today. So Tom, hey, nice to see you there. Daily Space, hey, great to have you back. Glad you came in. Chuck, awesome. I haven't even had a chance to listen to any of the music that Chuck and Carolina Sky have sent me over the past couple of days, but I'm going to do that because we're doing some good stuff, and I've got some, it is so great, to work with really, really experienced people and things. So we're making some great music over there. All right, cool. Yes, it is. This is a Nexstar 8SE, and this is an S-Big ST7 CCD camera with the parallel port. That's how those were back then in the old days. This is an old camera, but it works really, really well. And I'm actually doing science with this thing. That's sort of my thing. I'm not really into photography or anything. I'm actually collecting data because I'm a professional astronomer. So that's sort of what professional astronomers do, is they collect data, do the analysis, write the papers, blah 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 blah, and supporting that, you can go over to Patreon and look for Cosmic Lettuce, and I'm right there. I would appreciate everybody's support. So Otto, what is with the hat here? What's going on here?
Well, we have a Texan here. Sort of. Isn't Waco in Texas?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
Here. So, with the chat,
I even can ride a horse and shoot a gun, Chuck, but not at the same time.
So with the chat over there, there's a My Weather command. If you do a My Weather and then your zip code, you'll sort of get pretty good indication as to what your weather is there. So that's where I am right now. Now, it does not feel like 13% here, but that's because I'm used to even actually drier than that. It feels actually very, very, very humid here right now. And I know that that's not close at all, right? In Buckhead, it is 81% humidity. So that is humidity, right? Not that. Hey there, Page Master. Nice to see you in the chat too. The Andorian system. Wow. Dang, I forget where that is and how far away that is. Maybe you can remind me. That's quite a. You must be coming in through like subspace or something, I guess.
That's where the blue people are.
Yeah. The blue people, with the antennas. That much I know. I just don't remember how far away that is. So, all right, well, cool. Hope everybody's doing well. So, this live stream is just sort of an extension of what I've been doing for years and years and years and years. And that is, I come home in the evenings, I have some dinner, and then I'm ready to relax. So here I'm actually 7 hours behind UTC. So it is 2:11 UTC on the 11th of July 2019. But where I am, I'm 7 hours behind that. So right now it is 7:11 p.m. on July 10th. So it's the evening. I want to relax, and what I've done for years and years and years is I've sat right here in this chair and looked at this computer right here and just looked at astronomical articles and pictures and just sort of relaxed. And so like a year and a half ago, I said, hey, you know what, why don't I turn on the camera and share the passion, right? So that's all this is about. So that is what we're going to do actually tonight. One of the things that I try to do every day, and I don't, is actually go over to archive.org, arxiv.org, and that X is actually a Greek letter chi, so it's archive.org. And it's hosted by Cornell University, and they publish sort of the latest and greatest papers in all kinds of sciences. They do astronomy, they do physics, mathematics, stats, just tons and tons and tons, right? So I think what I'd like to do here is just sort of go over there and see what the latest and greatest in the research of astronomy is. These are papers that have just been accepted for publication. So they haven't exactly been published yet, but they're ready. And so typically that's called a preprint. And they are made available to us for free. Now, these papers are usually, right, just fly way over our heads. Way.
Glad to welcome Andy Calloway in the chat.
Andy, nice to see you. Excellent. Glad you're here. So yeah, let's go over there. I think I've got it pulled up already. Let me make sure. Yeah, I've got it pulled up over here. So I'm going to share my screen. Here we go.
Step on it. Step on it.
The sound effects and everything. I love it. All right. Let's see. I'm going to do this, and I'm going to do that, and then I'm going to go over here, and I'm going to go over here. So here is archive.org, and as you can see, right, it is the latest and greatest in physics, mathematics, biology, finance, stats, electrical engineering, economics, just everything. And rightly so, I've got to say, astrophysics is right at the top, right? And that's exactly where it should be, right? Because clearly that is the most important and the best one. So what they do here is every weekday, maybe around one hour UTC or so, they come out with the latest papers. And so what I like to do, and what we're going to do here today, is just sort of go through these, see if there's any titles that sort of grab either my eye or your eye. If there's anything that looks interesting, I'm more than happy to look into any of these. Like I said, even to the astronomers, even to the pros, most of these papers just fly way over our heads, right? Just like I have no idea what they're talking about at all. But what we can do is we can look at the pictures. We can sort of, look at the, well, read the abstracts. These things are called abstracts. They're just really, really, really brief descriptions of the entire paper. And we'll see if there's anything interesting. Usually there is. So yeah, let's sort of go through these and see. There's usually about 40 or 50 of these every day. Sometimes there's more. Sometimes maybe there's a little less. There's usually at least around 40 or so. So yeah, let's go through these. And if what I do is I just sort of look at the titles, and if there's anything that is sort of like, I don't know what that is, or oh wow, that sort of sounds cool. Hey there, Mr. Ron, what's going on?
Hey there, howdy, Eric.
How are you?
Hello.
Glad you could make it in. Yay. If anybody else wants to be on the panel, all you have to do is send me an email, cosmiclettuce@gmail.com, and say, I want to be on the panel. And what that does is that, for me, turns on a switch. So every single day, you will receive an email with a link to the Hangout thing here. Now,
did Charles ever get to you and get that going? Or no?
Haven't heard from Charles yet. Not that I can tell. I don't get a lot of mail, so I see everything.
Yesterday, was it Andy that suggested that he wants to show him his pictures and stuff that he ever got? I forgot.
I think it was the Astro.
Astro Live.
Astro Live channel.
Yeah.
I think he wanted to do that, and what I'd suggest there too is just post things over on the Discord server. So Bobby, if you want to instruct Nightbot to give us a link to the Discord, because maybe not all of us are over there yet. So please join us over on.
I heard
Discord.
that there was that something happened with the rocket that pretty much played the launch.
Yeah, there was supposed to be a launch, and I was watching that. There was a countdown clock. It went to 0, and nothing happened. I don't think that the clock was set right, because I think it was supposed to go off at 1:53 UTC. So, and I was watching it around 1:30. So, not quite sure exactly what happened there. I assume that it's probably launched by now if it was going to.
Yeah.
So, yeah, if somebody wants to check on that, that'd be good.
Yeah.
But let's sort of see if there's anything here that looks moderately interesting. There usually is, as I said.
I thought you were going to take a re-look at those space station pictures we were looking at yesterday.
I was going to take a relook.
Look at them again or something. You said you saw something. What did I see? I saw you saying something about them in Discord. Maybe I misread it. I could have, because I was really speeding through it.
I'm going to deny everything.
Deny everything.
Yeah. I'm just going to go ahead and do that. I wouldn't have said anything like that, I don't think.
No.
Probably not, you know.
I have, yeah, I
I
have
could
no
have been
idea.
hallucinating. I just got back from my workout. I was a little high.
Okay, yeah,
Endorphin.
that's a good possibility here. High contrast imaging and radial velocities to constrain the planetary architecture of nearby stars. Ooh, that sounds
Oh,
moderately interesting.
payload loss. Oh, my. Too bad.
Oh, so something actually happened to that rocket?
Tom Van Scotter says, seeing this news, Ariane space mission failed. Payload
Oh.
lost.
Oh no! Well, I wonder if that means that it launched and it wasn't able to reach a good orbit, or not. But oh well, that's no good. That's no good. We want those things to be successful, and when they're not, that is a bummer. Because that's a lot of effort. That's a lot of work, to get these things up there and ready to go and everything else. And
A lot of
and
money. Yeah.
yeah, well, actually, most, or I think all rocket launches have some kind of insurance.
Mhm.
Which is kind of a weird thing, but
Yeah,
I
a little
guess
bit.
usually I think rocket launches, the payloads at least, have some kind of insurance on them. So I mean, it's still a loss, right? Somebody has to lose. Anyway, so yeah, let's keep going here. Solar UV bursts, stellar mass growth, VVV survey microlensing. I don't know what the VVV survey is, but okay. We astronomers, we love our weird acronyms. Monte Carlo simulations, Big Bang nucleosynthesis, spinning up planetary bodies by pebble accretion. Okay. Canceling out intensity mapping foregrounds. ALMA is I think that's a submillimeter. Yeah. Submillimeter um, telescope system down in Chile. Pretty awesome. Spectrophotometric study of planetary nebulae and H2 regions in Messier 83. So we're actually seeing structures inside of other galaxies there. Wonder what telescopes they were using for that. Well, they're using PyRAF as their software, which is sort of a next generation IRAF. I guess they're using the Gemini scope. There's a Gemini North and a Gemini South, if I remember right. So Busy 83, that's in the north, so I bet you they probably are looking at that. Let's just sort of look and see. Like I said, most of these things are just way over everybody's head, but it's nice to sort of look at things a little bit. Let's see if there's some pictures. They're talking about spectrophotometry there, so probably not going to be a lot of pictures, but we'll take a look here. Multi-object spectrographs, those are very cool. So yeah, it looks like these are just going to be spectra, maybe. But let's dive into this a little bit and see if there's anything particularly interesting. Here we go. So here's apparently the field that was observed, and these were all the targets. I'm not quite sure what's going on with these. Okay, so the positions of planetary nebulae are the green squares, and the circles are some stars, I guess, that they use. So, okay, guess I'm seeing that. I'm seeing all circles and squares here, though. So, maybe there's some faint stars inside here. There's some bright stars here that are just circled, so not quite sure what's going on there. And of course, there's a piece of Messier 83 there. There's kind of a funky looking shadow here of some sort. I don't know what that is. Okay, yeah, so here's a spectroscopic mask. Okay, yeah, so I'm not quite sure how this particular thing works, but they can sort of position these spectroscope slits wherever they want in this field of view, and sample a whole bunch of targets at the same time. So you can sort of see that here. They've got a few of them marked. Not quite sure what the colors mean, but that's sort of, I guess, what they're looking at. You sort of see the positions of all these things. It's sort of out of the plane of the galaxy. You see, there's a few in here, but a lot of them are way outside like that. Probably makes it a little bit easier to just focus in on those. Okay, yeah, they just that's all they did. They just took some data. It doesn't look like they're showing much here. Says this work is still under development. We intend to carry out the thing. That's kind of weird. Usually, you write a paper when you're done. So, maybe this is just sort of talking about the setup and how they're going to proceed and all of that. So, all right, well, not a lot of references either. So, okay, well, moderately interesting, I guess. So what else we got here? Manga. The origin of elements across cosmic time. So there's a whole bunch of these white papers coming out, because every 10 years there's what's called a decadal survey, where this community, and I think lots and lots of others, sort of make plans for what are going to be the priorities, and what are going to be the big projects for the next 10 years. So there's all kinds of proposals coming out now as to what the important work should be, and somewhere, I forget exactly where on the web, there's a compilation of all of these, and there are dozens and dozens and dozens. Good light reading, for those who like those kinds of things. So here is just another one. Most of these are pretty interesting. They're not all going to make the cut, of course.
I just finished watching that whenever on the Space Videos YouTube page, and yeah, they were saying that that it was deviated or something. What does it mean if it's deviated?
Okay, well, to me, what that means is that they had a successful launch, but somewhere along the line, somewhere along the path, they had some kind of a you know failure to either um, you know um, um, point the thing in the right place, or one of the rockets failed and just failed to achieve orbit. They have to place these things carefully, and if they're off a little
So
bit.
Tom and Scott are saying that that the second stage must have failed to ignite the solid
Yeah,
fuel.
yeah. Wow. Solid fuel rocket failed to ignite. That's
Oh,
almost unthinkable. It's almost inconceivable.
Oh, yeah.
Because you basically, you know, light those things up and they just go.
That that was
So,
what happened with with the greatest launch ever of SpaceX when they were just launched it up in the orbit. They couldn't get any data from the Bermuda Triangle. They had to wait until it reached Africa before they could get some data.
oh wow, yeah, yeah. Well, that happens, and it is definitely not a good thing. But
So if it's
probably,
deviated, that means it's probably just going to go down, right?
yeah, it's probably already down. Because if the second stage didn't fire, it's going to go up and then it's going to come right back down. So yeah, I mean, it's probably either um, um,
Just crash and
down
burn.
already. Yeah, it's just going to splash into the water, right? Well, burn up in the atmosphere a little bit and smash into the ocean. Yeah, yeah. That's
Where was
that's
it? What was the launch site at? Oh,
um, French Guiana, I believe.
French Guiana.
Yeah, that's just that's on the northern edge of South America.
Yeah.
So yeah,
If it's right
and
by French Guiana, yeah, there's a good chance it will hit the Pacific.
well, it'll hit the Atlantic, right?
Yeah.
They launch to the east. But yeah, that is one of the reasons, at least, why launching over water is a good idea, because these things can come crashing down. Now, the Chinese don't think that is that important. They just sort of launch things, and they just have these rocket bodies crashing onto the ground. Um, and many times it seems as though they always hit a house, or you know or do some kind of damage. So crazy. All right, I'm going to keep going here. SETI in the spatio temporal survey domain. Infrared transit photometry. Cool. Here's another Astro 2020 paper. Training the future generation of computational researchers. Cool. Yeah. We're moving into an era of enormous data, just absolutely unbelievably huge amounts of data, and one great line of work to get into is trying to deal with that data, finding useful information, and all that is going to be tough. But got to do it, because there is going to be petabytes and petabytes and petabytes of data every day. It's
Hey.
just going to be absolutely insane. It's going to be absolutely crazy.
Yeah.
Petabytes.
I can't believe I'm saying that. I cannot believe I'm saying that. Really.
That sounds like an emotional disorder or something.
Yeah.
Emotional disorder. Who has any of those? Nobody has any
It's-
emotional disorders.
It's crazy.
They don't
It's
exist.
absolutely crazy.
Emotional disorders are not present.
Gotcha.
I don't have any. Fine.
I don't have any either.
Would that be a strange statement to say though? For real, that'd be like saying that the Earth is flat. You know.
Hmm.
So in other words,
my
people have issues no matter what.
Oh yeah. Humans.
Yeah.
The genesis of magnetic fields in white dwarfs. That's kind of interesting. I think the magnetic field strength of most white dwarfs are in the hundreds of millions of Gauss. Just as a comparison, the Earth's magnetic field is about 1/2 of a Gauss. So these incredibly huge magnetic fields, and that's nothing compared to neutron stars that have tens of billions or hundreds of billions.
Yeah, but if the Earth is one half of the galaxy.
No, 1/2 Gauss. 1/2 Gauss.
Gauss.
Okay.
Gauss.
Okay. What is Jupiter?
I'm trying to remember. I want to say it's something like around 100 or so.
Oh wow. Okay.
We might be able to find out.
Compared to a white dwarf. I mean.
Oh yeah. And for that matter, the magnetic field of the sun is pretty
Is that
high.
after petabytes? Yottabytes?
Yotta bytes. Oh, and Bobby, some news for you if you haven't heard yet. IBM has basically bought, or they already have. I don't know how long ago if they did the Red Hat.
Oh,
really?
They've been having Red Hat.
Okay, I don't know how long they had it. Apparently, that was something you were talking about on Jimmy Church, and they were just commenting on that particular thing.
Wow.
And so I don't know if that's old news or what. And he was just recapping, but So yeah. Anyway, so I guess that was some kind of news a little while back. But anyway, just thought it'd be interesting.
Interesting. Okay, so
you think IBM and Apple, they don't get along, but yet they're putting the Intel processors inside the Apple computers.
And to the 24th.
Sure.
Okay.
Right. So it looks like, at least according to Wikipedia, which is we have to be careful what we look at here, but at least according to this, Jupiter's magnetic field goes from 4.2 up to maybe 14 or so. So quite a bit stronger than the Earth's, of course.
Okay.
And that's why you really don't want to be around here, because that's getting pretty strong. So
yeah.
All right, cool. Let's keep going here. Let's just sort of okay. This is a thesis. Actually, this is a PhD thesis. I don't think that we've ever looked at a thesis on this live stream. And I don't know who all has actually seen one of these things. It's these can be like small books sometimes, but let's see. This is Gordon P. Briggs. Gordon, we're gonna take a look at your thesis here. It's really, really cool that these kinds of things are published too.
Oh my gosh.
Oh yeah.
161 pages.
That's smaller than
Australian.
I would expect, actually.
Yeah. You know, I think that's kind of typical, kind of. So it looks like he's down in Australia. Cool.
Yeah.
Oh,
So
okay.
going for the famous PhD there. Yay! We love all the PhDs, right, Ata?
Oh yeah.
It wasn't that long ago. It's October 28th, 2018 for that
Okay.
buyout.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
that was pretty close.
Here's
$34
this.
billion.
What?
Yeah, $34 billion.
What is?
They bought Red Hat. IBM took over Red Hat, but
Oh,
they
okay.
allowed Red Hat to maintain their name and allowed Linux to maintain their name, but yet IBM is one that owns it.
Okay. Well,
Yeah.
What's gonna happen with Pandora since like Pandora's pretty much owned by Red Hat as well?
I don't know.
I don't know. You know, all those are different flavors.
Mhm.
Um, uh, you know,
I
maybe it'll
do
go
want
away.
to know
Who
like
knows?
how good Manjaro is. I've been hearing a lot of talk about Manjaro.
Hmm.
Yeah, I've never heard of that one.
Did
All
you
right,
get your
let's see.
computer updated, Bobby?
No, I'm gonna like hold it off until like the storms pass because right now,
Oh, okay. Yeah,
Oh
gotcha.
yeah,
yeah,
yeah. You don't want to power interrupt you, but those are security updates. That's a Microsoft system, right? That you're talking about?
no, it's Ubuntu. I'm on
Oh,
1604,
okay.
and the one that is supposed to be meant for Chromebooks finally released one for 1804, which is Gallium 3.
Okay.
And they're supposed to do an update script,
Oh,
but
yeah.
if the storm passes and they don't provide the script yet, I'm gonna play safe. I actually got myself another SD card for it.
Okay.
Cool.
Um,
Yeah, talking
just
about talking about the storm, it seemed like every time I tried to mow the grass today, it rained every single time. I got out there, I
wow.
started to mow the from somebody, one of the neighbors mowed my backyard. I was like, I go out and I heard this thing and this sounded like my friend upstairs was vacuuming, and so
Uh-huh.
I look out and there's a guy mowing your backyard, and it's like, okay, that's kind of
Cool.
weird.
And I had a flash drive with a Minute Mint installation. I never used it to install, but I checked it out, see if it's all good and stuff. And I never got a chance to use it that kind of way yet.
Mhm. So it looks like this thing is divided up into chapters, of course. So
Yeah,
let's see,
I
chapter
decided to mow
two.
the front yard, and yeah, I started on it, and then the rain came through. I was doing fine for a little bit, and then it just started
You,
downpouring. I was like, "Oh shit, I gotta go in."
yeah,
Well,
yeah,
it's trying to give you a break, and you're
That's right.
not taking it.
Then I
yeah.
had this frog. Then I had this frog in the way. I had this little toad. He was hopping along, and then
Oh
he,
wow.
then he didn't stay off. He heard the mower going. Obviously he felt it and heard it, and was like, wondering what it was. Then he was hopping over to the tall grass. So it was
Uh, uh, uh.
like,
You didn't feel it,
you gotta
did
get
you?
out of there. No, I didn't.
Yeah.
No.
Good.
Oh, you know something? If only there's a way that we can do like a little poll or something, I would be asking a question: is what distribution should I try next? Gallium 3, Linux Mint 18, or Manjaro?
Cool.
That would be a good idea.
Yeah, I don't have any kind of recommendation there
What is
what
Linux? Linux what?
whatsoever.
Okay, the three choices is Gallium 3, which is meant for Chromebooks, Linux Mint, which is usually a good beginner system, and then there's Manjaro, which is supposed to be way better.
Manjaro is like your advanced system.
Something like that.
Okay.
I've been hearing a lot about Manjaro.
If you know what you're doing with it already, then I would go with the advanced one and just learn more. I would increase what you're already on. So if you already know pretty much how to run Linux, which I could never grab a hold of. Yeah, I never quite understood
Yeah.
a lot of the coding and things like that. And every time you had to install something, it was always a pain in the what for me. And so,
Yeah. And also you can't do Mixler on it too.
what? You can't do what?
And also you say you can't do Mixler on it too,
Oh,
right?
right. Yeah, that's right. Yep. You couldn't play Mixler on the
Hmm.
on the program side where I do my show.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I was
Interesting.
not able to broadcast, but I can get it and listen to it. No, actually, I couldn't do that either. I had to go through get a browser for Internet Explorer or something.
Well, like a
Well,
virtual machines, you could get something called VirtualBox,
Yeah.
and
But
you will
that
have
was
to get
just
a license for it. But yeah.
a
all right,
pain
all
in
right,
the
all right.
neck.
Ho, 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 ho,
Huh.
ho, ho. What does this have to do with white dwarfs?
Well,
Any,
the
anything?
pain in the neck, trying to find them, trying to
Is
make
that,
them
is
work,
it anything to
trying
do
to
with white
trying to
dwarfs
get you.
whatsoever? I don't think so. So I'm pulling it back.
Energy. Yeah, it does energy. There
Pulling
you
it back to white dwarfs. Thank you, thank you, thank you. We're
go.
we're looking at a dissertation here, which is a huge amount of work and some really cool stuff. I don't want to miss out, so I'm pulling it back, pulling it back. If you guys want to talk, computer stuff and all that, you got to do your own live stream.
All right.
Yeah. This is astronomy. This is not computers. This is not radio. This is astronomy. So we're looking at white dwarfs, and white dwarfs are pretty amazing. They're supposedly, at least, the end state of stars. Um, stars have formed, they've evolved, they've gone through these various um, um, stages, and at um, right at the end of the star's life, the uh, uh, um, the shells of these stars um, sort of blow out, and what's left is just the core of the star, and that's what these white dwarfs are. And they are about the mass of the sun, but the size of the Earth. So they're just intensely dense, crazy dense. So much so that all the space between the atoms is is gone. They're just squeezed really tight. So this is just amazing physics here. And this guy has worked on some code. He's done some models, and it sort of looks like he is looking at
So
what are called.
what's next for the white dwarf when it gets to that point? Does it just stay
Um,
that way, or does it
the
evolve
theory,
into another star?
yeah, the theory there is at least that they're really hot. They can be tens of thousands of degrees Kelvin, and they just slowly over billions of years, literally billions of years, just cool off. They just get um, um, cooler and cooler until they just sort of fade out. So not very exciting end, but these are amazing objects anyway. Um, and these double degenerate white dwarfs, that's actually two white dwarfs going around each other, right? It's a binary system, which actually makes them even more interesting, right? So, but what I want to do is I want to see some pictures. I want to see some graphs. Let's see if we can find anything here at all. Dissertations are like I said, more like books than papers. So there's going to be a lot of a lot of words here, but let's see if we can at least find some tables or some graphs or some pictures. He might have put them all at the end. Of course, there's some mathematics in there too. This all looks like algebra. Okay, it sort of looks like, he is talking about all the variables that go into his code. That's kind of cool. Fraction of binary systems that merge. Okay. Quite sure what that's all about. As I said, a lot of times this kind of information just is going to fly totally over everybody's head. This looks like some population distributions here. Percent of all magnetic white dwarfs. Not quite sure what they're looking at here. Oh, okay. The masses. Yeah. So you can sort of see that it looks like a lot of the white dwarfs that at least he's looking at here, the majority of them at least, are around 0.9 solar masses. So almost as massive as the sun. But there's a distribution, and it goes from quite small, 0.4, 0.5.
Now they wouldn't have any planets around them, would they?
It's entirely possible. Sure. Oh yeah, yeah. If there's anything alive on it still, probably not.
Yeah.
Because these stars,
are not that common, are they? I thought they,
most
don't turn into white dwarfs.
Actually, I think most stars do. Yeah, there's a maximum mass of close to 1.4 solar masses, and so all stars that are 1.4 times the mass of the sun or less are probably going to turn into white dwarfs. At least that's what the theory says. Now, if they're more than that, then they're actually going to turn into neutron stars. Instead, they're going to squeeze even tighter down.
So now our sun is going to just explode, or what?
Our sun is going to turn into a white dwarf.
Okay.
It's going to be a white dwarf. Yep. It's going to be probably, right? This is the theory, right? We don't know this exactly, but the current guess is that the sun is going to look like a planetary nebula someday, and right in the center, where the core of the sun is now, is going to be a white dwarf star. Yep.
It'd be like a ring nebula, then.
Correct.
Yeah.
Correct. Yep. Yeah. I think the current guesses on that is that that's going to come down in about 5 or 6 billion years.
I was going to say, I hope we're not here when that happens.
Well,
concern.
You've got to mark your calendars and make your plans, because
it's only if I can find the Animal Planet documentary called "The Future Is Wild." They say that after humans, that we're pretty much going to be gone, but there will be like other kinds of animals,
creatures, yeah,
that it's going to take over.
Oh yeah.
And it goes up to 250 million years into the future.
Okay, yeah, which isn't really all that far, but
see, what most consider is getting off track a second. We're just going to keep going. Okay, that's all I'm going to say.
Yeah.
And so I think with the stars, pretty much they are an eternal presence. That's what I was getting at.
Well, Relatively speaking, yes, but they all have a lifespan, and they all seem to evolve. Right?
Mhm.
So, yep.
But
And
they end up
we seem to be doing that too.
they exist for what we had seemed to think forever. Uh,
Relatively speaking, absolutely. Yeah. Yeah.
and so and then yeah, so that's that's it. I'll get back on
Yeah.
track.
Yeah. Yeah. Cool. Cool.
Try to
Let's see.
relate that to the white dwarf.
So they're talking more about, let's see, percent of observed
Oh,
magnetic white dwarfs
she's
versus
got a
the
collection of books there about
masses. Collection of books.
yeah, Ada has a collection of books.
Oh, cool.
I don't know what did they say.
Oh, you can't read it. All right.
I can
I see part of it, but
I can do this. There we go, Ata. We got
No,
you.
no. I don't think you want to do that.
Ah, the future's wild. There we go.
I found
Not too surprised.
I found the original
oh yeah.
copy of that 2-hour documentary on YouTube.
Cool.
Okay.
I just posted a link on the YouTube chat. I'm about to do it on the Discord.
Excellent.
This is a lot longer than 2 hours.
Okay, so that was just chapter 2. Wow. Okay.
Wow.
So
How many
anyway,
chapters is it? 67?
there's 4 or 5 here. Yeah. Yeah, it just goes on and on and on. But yeah, this is in terms of writing stuff. This is what it takes to get a PhD, at least in Australia.
Wow.
So, and it's pretty typical. Lots of analysis, lots of yeah.
Well, do
Lots
you
and
have
lots of
what is your degree in as far as your technical degree?
I've absolutely no degrees whatsoever.
No degrees?
None.
Wow.
Zero. None whatsoever. I've learned
Why not?
everything. Well, lots of reasons. One, I found that it's really not necessary.
Hmm.
To do the kinds of things that I wanted to do, not necessary at all. So it's just sort of a choice that was made, and I think it was a good choice. Not for everybody though. It's a tougher
So you learned
path.
you learned your info basically hands on.
Pretty
Well,
much.
I was
Yeah,
in college for a while, then got a job in
I was.
astronomy.
Yeah.
You're
He
not
said
talking about a high
he said forget it. Who needs this?
More
Who
or
needs
less,
this school?
I sort of learned how to learn,
Yeah.
and once you know that, you can do anything.
That's right.
I did
And
watch
so,
a video on the this is not about white dwarfs, but it's about mirror making. So
oh,
uh,
cool, good.
from Dobson, the creator
He's
of the telescope,
he he is one of the best
and
sources.
wow, that's a
Yes,
lot of work.
it's a lot of work. It's a lot of work. It is tedious.
He said
It's
the
painstaking.
the primary time just on getting the shape of the mirror
Hmm.
was about 9.5 hours. I
Yeah,
mean,
and I
that's like
think
working
yeah,
on it
and
continuously.
that
Yeah.
that seems a little fast to me.
Yeah,
But yeah, it
but then it
has
was
run.
another 6 hours to get it to where it was decent.
Yep.
Are you seriously considering grinding your own mirror?
Oh no, I'd order mine. I'd order mine from the company.
Yeah, that's what I did. but then that's me.
It is definitely worth doing it, but you have to make a commitment, right? And you have to know exactly what you're doing. It's not really all that hard, but you have to understand what the process is really, really, really well, and you definitely have to be able, to make the measurements and know what the measurements mean.
See, I know if you order it from a company, of course, they have all the tools. They do it by machine usually.
Oh yeah.
So it works a lot. About 6 weeks, you can get a mirror that's done and ready to go to your specs.
Yeah.
You have a picture of yourself up by a great big mirror, don't you?
Huh?
Don't you have a picture, Cosmic, of yourself and your research group standing by a great big mirror?
On the wall.
Oh yeah. Yeah. You're talking about.
Now that's a mirror.
You're talking about this one. This one.
Yeah.
Right there. Yeah. So
mirror.
That's 8.4 meters across, and you can see all of us sort of standing behind, and you can't see me, but I'm right about there.
I don't need that. I don't need anything that big.
That's a big mirror. That's a big mirror, and
I would pick up my whole backyard.
It was really, really, really deep. It's like a salad bowl, right? And this is actually one of the two mirrors that is currently being used at the Large Binocular Telescope just to the north of me on Mount Graham. So this mirror is actually up there now.
Texas
All right, I'm gonna go check and see if P and K is still on.
Okay, I'm gonna try to get through the rest of archive, and then we're gonna get on out of here. So let me keep sharing my screen. Like that.
I did appreciate how he went into the telescope part of it when you establish your focal length and everything like that. Then you were able to put the eyepiece in the right, the secondary mirror in the right place and everything. And man, that guy's pretty damn smart to figure all that stuff out.
Yeah. Well, it was actually John Dobson's instructions I used to build my scope when I was 12.
Yeah.
So I went through exactly the same thing. The only thing I didn't do there was grind the mirror, but I built everything else. Yeah. Fun stuff. Yeah. Dang. I'm not really seeing anything incredibly grabbing here today. On this list. We're already up to number 49. We'll see how long this goes. I'm not seeing anything that's really grabbing me too hard, which is relatively rare. Usually, there's at least a couple that are like, wow, that's really awesome. But I don't know. I'm not seeing anything too interesting today. They're all interesting, but nothing really that's grabbing me up. That's the end of that. So there were 53
I think we're about to lose Atta.
Okay. Atta is on her way out. Thanks for coming in, Atta.
See you next time.
See you next time. Yeah. Well, I think I'm going to do exactly the same. I think I'm going to get on out of here for now.
All right. Thank you for the lesson.
Stop sharing there. Yeah,
Sorry about derailing our conversation.
Yeah, no. That's part of the host job is to pull you guys back. You guys back. You start running off that way, and it's like yo, this way.
That's why I use Charles on as a co-host.
There you go. All right.
He'll get me back on track.
Yeah. All right. I'm going to look at the chat really, really quick. ADL 711 for, I don't know, the next hour or so if you want. All right, everybody. I think I am going to get on out of here for now. It looks like it's 3:05 UTC.
All right.
So, yeah, I think it's about time to get on out of here for now. So, thanks everybody again for coming in. Feel free to come in any single time. I am here practically every single day, 2 hours UTC. Now, having said that, this coming July 14th, okay, UT time, right? UT, July 14th, live stream is canceled. I'm going to be
Well,
be
thank
out.
goodness.
So
That's when we can talk about computer stuff.
there you go. Perfect.
Well,
Perfect.
well, thank goodness, because I also got we're gonna see some more local wrestling. It's gonna be at the auditorium, Morgan City this time.
Sweet. That sounds like fun. Sounds like fun. So yeah, so the live stream for this, what did I just say? The
14th
for
July.
yeah
For
for
14 UTC.
yeah is going to be canceled. I'm going to be out and about. I'm just not going to be here. So when the host isn't here, it just ain't going to happen. So, but besides that, I'm usually always here, same time, 2 hours UTC. So come on back when you can. It's always great to have everybody here. And I think that's it. So
All right.
see everybody next time. Peace, cheers, and all that. Live long and prosper. And I will see you in one little spin of this tiny little planet. All right, everybody.
See you next
Take care.
time.
See you later. Bye.
Bye.
Later.